Cursor's composer is very fast. What if you told Cursor to build a full stack application or full stack large feature, but it got limits exceeded? So yeah, today I will show you how you can build large applications or large features step by step. Yeah, so I got a application which has backend and front-end dashboards, and then obviously it has some real-time data that needs to be integrated. For that application, I already built some dashboard using Cursor. I can show you that, which is if you see here, this is the dashboard that I built already. It has some data, but now what I want, actually this dashboard is anonymous, uh, like anyone can access this dashboard. Now I want to make this dashboard secure, make it isolated for users as well. User got sign up, he can connect its Bitbucket and you can say other providers and sync the data and see its analytics in the dashboard. So yeah, dashboard is there. Now I want to make it a authentication module for this dashboard. So let's navigate to the cursor again. Yeah, here I was exploring option for authentications. Well, like I want to make it quick. One is option is clerk. Other option I thought of maybe it was just uh, it was just what you can say Supabase. I asked Cursor to compare for me, and it got a very good comparison for me. And then after doing the comparison, I thought of maybe go with the Clark implementation. So I asked Cursor to build some plan for me. So Cursor, build a beautiful, come up with a beautiful plan for me. If you see, it is very beautiful plan where Cursor is saying on the front end we will do this, on the back end we will do this, on the database level we will do these changes, and then implementation steps. You see here Cursor is coming up with the phases. It's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, like it divided a couple of phases, like maybe 10 or more, like okay, 9 phases, and the key modification file that needs to be modified. So yeah, so what happens, I ask Cursor, okay, it gave me this plan. I ask Cursor simply let's implement this plan. So Cursor, when Cursor started implementation of this plan, you see here after this step it got stuck and give me this error, conversation too long. Like the context window basically got full. If you say here 93.6, and it is not able to remember more. It is not able to remember more code, and it's asking to start new thread with summary. So here comes our dev's mindset, how you can uh, play with cursor. So here that I will show, I will told you as a developer what you will do. Are you going to implement this large feature at once and then at the end you will test? I don't think so. You will do the implementation in phases, like in smaller tasks. The way cursor, here divided those tasks. That is exactly how a developer do. It divide the task and implement and test task by task. But here, what we are doing, we are, I think, making a mistake, big mistake here. We are asking cursor to implement all in one go. Okay. For example, let's go ahead and maybe cursor has some larger window and it is able complete this whole task for me. All these the changes, how much time it took only to complete these changes, couple of minutes, maybe within 2 minutes it was able to complete all these phases, and here it was stuck. So for example, it was able to cursor was able to complete this task. Then what, it is going to give me how many files, like maybe 30 files. 30 files means how many line of code I have to review as a developer. If as a senior developer, if I got a PR which got 30-40 files. So it is very hard for us to review the code base and see if things are working or implemented as expected. So what as a developer we do, we try to divide our big feature into smaller tasks and try to review and test phases by phases or smaller task by task. This is what we need to do with the cursor as well, so that we can review task by task all the smaller code changes. This way there are two benefits. One, we are testing, and the other is we are making sure cursor is not adding extra code for us. It's not doing over engineering. It's not adding extra code there that I don't know. I would know what's going on in the code base. That's the one very good thing. As a developer, I need to know. Otherwise, how I can make sure it's production ready code or not. The second thing is I am testing the code as well in phases. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in and see how we can make cursor to implement this in phase by phase. So this is the plan that cursor created. It is just a preview or temporary version. What we can do is we can always export that part. So we can convert, we can copy paste, or we can save this file. So I just saved this file, or maybe what I do here, here you can see this file is saved here. What I did is actually I asked cursor here, what I did, I just asked cursor, let's divide this plan into different phases. It's already in different phases, but anyways I just asked cursor to divide, and then it is able to divide this into a different file. Here, this is the file here, you see it come out with the files. Let me just open this preview version. It is more or less a same file, but a detailed version of it. See, this is just a file, and it is same. It has around almost same things, but with some little detail. So what I next did is, after I review all these phases, what I did is I asked cursor, let's start by phase 1. See, it is able to give me this phase 1 within few seconds. And after few seconds I just got how many files. It was around 3 to 4 files. Yeah, 4 files only. So to review 4 files versus 40 files, it's a huge difference. In 4 files you will know what's going on. You can easily test that thing. If there is any issue, you can fix that, and you know what's going on in your code, and then you will be confident, okay, I'm okay with this code base. You can commit that. And after you verify this, if there are an issue, for example, there was an issue, I asked cursor to fix it, it is able to fix it, and then what I did, I just asked cursor to let's go with the phase 2. See, I have the file. I don't have to ask cursor to hey, we need to implement this, we need to implement this. I just documented all this file phases in one document, and just guiding cursor to which phase to implement. So what will cursor do? Cursor will see phase 1, like is prereq is already there or not. If not, then it will obviously give me an like, hey, you need to implement this, otherwise it will start implementing this. Okay, so I asked cursor to implement phase 2. So what did it did? It just implemented the phase 2 with few files. What are the files? 2 files only. See, I need to just review 2 files. It's very a small piece of code that I need to review, and all we know, 2 files needs to be 2 files versus 40 files is very huge difference. So then again, after verification, what I did is I asked cursor to implement phase 3 here. You see, if our chat context is getting low, filled, we can create always a new chat and ask cursor, hey, please implement phase 7, proceed with phase 8, 6, anywhere. We can tag this file and ask cursor to implement this phase, and cursor is able to implement all these changes very easily. See, only these like few files, 5 to 6 files. Reviewing these files is very you can say easy for me instead of I review all the files. Anyways, let's jump into one of the phase. I will show you how much speed cursor has, cursor got basically. So let's say I will ask cursor to implement we implemented phase 10. Let me ask cursor to implement phase 11. Proceed with phase 11. So you will see the magic here. So see, it is able to identify what needs to be done for as part of phase 11. I can also go and see what needs to be done. Says like we need to do this. Entity needs to be modified with these constraints. So it is doing, it is verifying if build is working fine, and then it will say, okay, I have done these things. See, within few minutes it is able to complete this file. And again, there were some previous files that it didn't review. Let me just I can tick mark and then it will show me exactly which files it changed. So if you see here what it changed, it just modified this file and this file. There are two files that are only one file actually. That's the file that is modified. It's actually added these things. I can now run my code and verify if it is, my schema is modified with this version. If I want to verify, okay, this type is not correct, I can ask cursor to modify this type, and then yeah. So this is the point is like I can review this task very easily. This is very small task. I can commit this. Okay, I have made this changes in this Asana task entity with the user ID. So it is making sense. As a developer, if you are a developer, you know how hard is to maintain the code, large code base if you don't know. So other I know, okay, these are the changes we have made it. Yes. So yeah, I can also, let's make it more interesting here. Let me ask, let's proceed with phase. We can ask like 12 and 13, two phases as well. If I think like, okay, my phase is very small, I can go and jump ahead with the two phases. For example, modifying this entity Bitbucket and then adding these as well. It's very small thing. I can go ahead and ask cursor to implement these things. So let's say what will do, what cursor will do. Is it going to implement those phases, two phases, or it is going to come up with something else? And how much files it will modify? See, I know I don't have to again provide any long statement here. It's just getting the context from this file and implementing it. That's it. So that's the magic we have. See, cursor 2.0 composer 1 speed. How uh, how much speed it got, and it's really amazing speed. Yeah, now it's done. Now it's just verifying if build is working fine or not. After that, it will give me the summary what changes it did for me. Yeah, see, within few seconds, well, like less than 30 or 40 seconds, it is able to provide me all the summary here. There are 5 files, and I can review these all 5 files. See here, this column is added, this user is modified, that's it. The entities are being changed. I can easily verify. I can run the code and uh, decided, okay, I need to keep it or not. If I decide to keep it, I can again accept this and ask cursor to proceed on the next step. Yeah, so point is, in the end, what I would want to highlight here is you need to play smart. You need to plan smartly. If you want to get things smartly and you want to know what's going on in your code base, you need to think like a developer and uh, treat cursor as a developer as well, and don't ask cursor to implement big features for me. It was able to implement those big features in one go, but then eventually it is very hard for developers to know what's going on in the code base, and in the long run, maintaining that code base that you don't know, it very hard as well. So yeah, that's the harsh reality. Okay, if you got these tricks and small things, if you like those things, so do subscribe. I will keep sharing those stuffs, or maybe how I build the dashboard and how my front end back end code. If you're interested, I can show you. I will create another video to showcase how much how I uh, created this repo. This whole repo was created with the cursor with backend code. If you see here, this got a lot of code here. In the front end code, it was again built by cursor. How I build it, I will create a video. Just add a comment if you are interested. I will create a video, and then you can uh, s- uh, 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 see that how it works. Thank you so much.